that in like when I like graduated. I did a project on Black mortality rate, and like I didn't like the numbers then, and I still don't like the numbers now. And I'm like, bitch, this is America. Like, how are bitches dying?
Yeah, I was reading somewhere where it said that there was a study done, and the doctors
inherently are biased against Black patients. They
think that because they're Black, they can handle more pain.
Yeah.
For some reason.
Because the godfather of gynecology used to experiment on Black women with no anesthesia. So anything that you learn from gynecology was this guy basically experimenting on like Black women's ovaries and reproductive system, while these women are like aware, but they're slaves, so they didn't matter. So he would just basically cut these bitches up while they're just strapped to a table, and like he's the father of gynecology. And like people are like, oh, Black people, and that's just the inherent bias of the medical community system. And that's why Black people aren't dying from the opioid crisis, because doctors aren't prescribing opioids to Black patients from that inherent bias. So that's why when people are like, oh, the opioid crisis, and people are like, why aren't Black people dying from opioids? It's because doctors aren't prescribing them opioids. They think they're faking. They think there's like a lot of shit that goes on with that bias. So Black people are like, we don't have that shit.
To me, I had no idea. I mean,
when you look,
I'm just finding out right now.
You had really never heard about it.
I've had no.
Because I worked in the
it.
medical field, so like I know there's a bias. But then like a lot of my friends are into these social justice and these terms, and so we read about what's going on with our lives, because we're like, fuck, we're more aware about what shit is affecting us as we're like younger generation, realizing we have like mental health issues and depression, and we're like, why aren't we getting the help that we need? And so we end up dumpster diving, and you're realizing like people care about the opioid crisis because it disproportionately affects white people, because white people can get Xanax, Vyvanse, Tramadol, Percocets. All they had to tell the doctors, I heard a Black person. I've had a Black person say, I'm in so much pain. You've seen their MRI, their X-ray, the CT scan, and they still, all I can give you is like ibuprofen.
I wonder if that stems from them
relatable
being.
I mean, but you also gotta but they're visual. Like you see an MRI and you see that their back is fused. You see like they have these visible issues.